So canned chickpeas have become a staple on this channel. I've been making a lot of stuff out of chickpeas lately. But is there a difference between different cans of chickpeas? Different brands? Well, I wanted to find out and rank them from best to worst. Then once the cans are ranked, I'm gonna make some hummus, but only out of the worst can and the best can. And then we're gonna bring Monica in to see if she can tell the difference between the two. So typically when it comes to chickpeas, I always grab the cheapest, just the store name brand, whatever's gonna be around $1 a can. That's usually what I grab. But to quiet the glysophate people, I switched to organic. And I noticed a little difference. The chickpeas seemed to be maybe a little bit better, but when I made the recipe, I couldn't tell. It tasted the same to me. When I was out searching for chickpeas, I chose organic if it was available. I might have even picked up the non-organic if it was there. Like I have 2 from Whole Foods, because I figured this would be a popular one. But then ones like Bush's, which I know they make organic, I couldn't find the organic version in any store. It wasn't available. Goya is the non-organic, but then a lot of these other ones are the organic version, like the Organic 365. So we have 365 Whole Foods organic garbanzo beans, 365 Whole Foods garbanzo beans, Eden organic garbanzo beans, Trader Joe's organic garbanzo beans, Organic Great Value Walmart garbanzo beans, Hanover garbanzo beans, Renzi imported from Italy organic chickpeas, Greenwise low sodium garbanzo beans, Goya chickpeas garbanzos, Bush's Best chickpeas garbanzo beans, and Publix chickpeas. My normal brand, my normal go-to brand. Now, before we get started ranking these, I did want to talk a little bit about the glyphosates. I did some reading. Out of everything I could find, there is no canned chickpea on the market, organic or non-organic, that has tested to exceed the EPA's exposure limit or the California's no significant risk level. Now, out of all of the testing, there is presence of glyphosates in chickpeas. I'm not personally condoning, I'm not stating that it's safe or healthy, I'm not stating that we should have glyphosates in our foods. That's not what I'm saying, before you jump down my throat. I'm not even saying that I 100% know all of the facts on this. I am only regurgitating what I've read. But I do want to show you some of the data that has been done by some of the strictest authorities. None of the government authorities, the EWG, the Environmental Working Group. They have the strictest guidelines at allowing 10 micrograms a day, or for chickpeas, I believe it's around 160 parts per billion a day. But none of these cans of chickpeas, or none of the cans of chickpeas that they tested, actually came close. Most of your cans of chickpeas had 5 parts per billion or less. The Hanover chickpeas had none detected, which means that it was less than 2 parts per billion. Incredibly small amounts of glyphosates, to the point to where testing levels could not even detect it. These aren't organic. The highest tested was Dakota Pride, which I don't even have here, at 76 parts per billion. So it's about half of the EWG guidelines and about 1,000 times less than the EPA. So I'm pretty confident that canned chickpeas are safe, at least from glyphosates. But that being said, let's start rolling with this test. But first, I gotta tell you about one of my favorite things. The weather is starting to heat up, and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. If you wake up too hot or too cold, I recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating, so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. For me, if it gets too hot at night, I end up waking up in the middle of the night, I can't get back to sleep, it's a nightmare. That used to happen all of the time until we found Miracle Made's sheets. And one of my favorite things, the infused silver actually helps prevent 99.7% of bacterial growth. So it leaves your sheets feeling cleaner and fresher 3 times longer than other sheets, along with being luxuriously comfortable. These sheets feel nice, if not nicer than the sheets used in some 5-star hotels, but without the high price tag of other luxury brands. So gang, upgrade your sleep as the weather heats up. Go to trymiracle.com/SauceStache to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use promo code SauceStache at checkout, you'll get a free 3-piece towel set and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/SauceStache. Use code SauceStache to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/SauceStache to treat yourself. Thank you to Miracle Made for sponsoring this video and for the incredible night's sleep. First up, my Publix chickpea. This one has 320 milligrams of sodium per half cup. The funny thing is almost all of these chickpeas have a half cup serving, but they all have different calorie levels. The half cup on this one's 130 grams, 120 calories, and like I said, 320 milligrams of sodium. The Publix chickpea is a pull tab. And before anybody says anything, do not worry. All of these chickpeas will be used. We use a lot of chickpeas in this house, and I have a lot of chickpea recipes coming up that I'm about to film back to back, so that way I utilize all of these chickpeas. Here we go, Publix chickpea. You can see, I mean, that's a good looking chickpea, solid. It's soft, it's not chalky. Taste is great. I really like this chickpea, very mild, no distinct aftertaste or flavor. That is a good chickpea. Not too firm, not too hard. This is a good starting point. I'm gonna put that one just right up here. So we'll move to the Greenwise chickpea. Now the Greenwise chickpea, it's actually 125 grams per serving size out of a half cup, 130 milligrams of sodium, so far less sodium. Let's see if we can tell the difference. Pretty similar look. Okay, much milder taste. I actually prefer the taste of the non-organic. This is kind of like watery. It's softer, but it's a little bit chalkier. I'm gonna rank this a little bit lower. The Publix Greenwise chickpea, the organic one, is gonna go worse than the non-organic. So this is the Walmart organic chickpea, 130 grams a serving, 110 calories, so this is less calories than the Publix chickpea. And this one comes in at 120 milligrams of sodium, so it's the least amount of sodium so far. And I can already tell you this one looks unique because there's skins floating on the top. The skins look looser. These look paler of a chickpea. Might be a little bit bigger to be honest, but that just might be an illusion because of the skins being looser on this one. Same kind of watery taste as the Publix organic chickpea, but the texture is much better. I'm actually gonna rank this between the Publix organic and the Publix. Bush's best. Now this is a chickpea that I've used in the past. It doesn't have a pull tab on it, so we gotta go to can opener here. This one is 120 calories per 130 grams, 480 milligrams of sodium. So this one is coming in at the highest amount of sodium. This is non-organic. The chickpea is buried in here. Here we go. Ooh, these are smaller chickpeas, much smaller. Skins are tighter. Kind of liking the look of those chickpeas, but they are smaller. That is crazy. It is definitely crazy how small they are. Yeah, you can taste that sodium. I'll tell you, I like the ones with the salt. I mean, the sodium level changes the flavor, and the texture is softer. It's the least amount of like chalky texture, but it's the smoothest chickpea. The taste is phenomenal. It's like the best tasting chickpea. Yeah, like I can eat just a whole can of these just how they are. That's a good chickpea. This one's getting ranked the best so far. The Bush's is ranked now #1. Goya. 122 grams per serving, so the least amount of grams per serving at the same amount of calories, 120 calories, and 340 milligrams of sodium, so just a little bit more sodium than the Publix non-organic. And again, this is also a non-organic. These chickpeas are floating right on the top. These things are looking huge. I mean, wow, these are mega chickpeas. Where are these from? Like the Bermuda Triangle. You're only getting a few chickpeas on the fork here. Let's see. These are phenomenal chickpeas. Wow, okay, didn't expect that. Okay, so flavor, really good flavor. Definitely like a smoother flavor, it's rich. I would say some of these other, like the organic ones with the lower amount of sodium, was more like watery. The texture is also something that's like, can really stand out. Oh, that's gonna be really close. This is gonna be tough. I would say personally that it's gonna be next to the Bush's. Bush's is going in the top rank spot. Goya's going #2. Let's go with this Hanover brand. This is the one that was ranked with no glyphosates, 130 grams, 120 calories, and we are talking 370 milligrams of sodium. So this is coming in #2 in the highest amount of sodium. Old school, having to take the top off. Back to some tiny chickpeas, but I do like the look of these. So they are a smoother, more mild taste. Definitely not as salty as the Goya or Bush, maybe closer to the Publix chickpea, but the texture is much nicer. The texture of the Hanover is closer to the texture of the Bush as far as like ranking. But taste-wise, they are definitely more mild. I'm gonna put them above the Publix, in between the Goya and the Publix, ranked #3. Okay, the Rinzi. Never heard of this brand. It's an Italian chickpea. Kind of excited to try this. I wanna see if this one's any different. 130 grams, the least amount of calories, 100 calories per serving. This one also has 50 milligrams of sodium, which it's the least amount of sodium, the absolute least amount of sodium. Ooh, okay, so these are pretty big. Skins are loose. There's skins everywhere in this one. They're pale because the skins are very loose. The aquafaba in this one is thick. Aquafaba is the liquid in your can of chickpeas. This is some eggy aquafaba. Compares to some of these other organic ones, which is just straight up water. These are bigger, very similar to the size of the Goya. No flavor whatsoever. Actually, almost a tinny kind of flavor. Not a fan of the flavor at all. I do believe these ones were kind of expensive. The texture is nice. The texture is very smooth, but that taste, I don't love the taste. I think I'm gonna put this, the smoothness and the taste, I'm gonna put this one in between the Hanover and the Publix, and it's only because of how smooth they are. I mean, really, the texture on these is nice. Okay, Eden. Organic garbanzo bean. This one, same thing, 120 calories, 130 grams for your thing. This one actually is packed with kombu seaweed. So the sodium on this one is 50 milligrams. So also very low, just like our Italian friend over here. I can already tell you just from the aquafaba that's popping up on the top that this is some thick aquafaba. Oh, and you can see skins floating around at the top. It's not a clear aquafaba. I mean, okay. Skins floating everywhere. These chickpeas are giant. These are the mega, I think these might be the biggest. Let me see, are these bigger than the Goya? I think the Goya is still bigger. About the same size as the Goya, but you could see, man, the color difference between the Goya, you know, it's crazy how the Goya, even though they're ranked higher, they had kind of like that weird color to them. Let's see what the taste is. That's a different taste. Very mild, very mild, very mild. But the texture of these, way too firm. Way too firm, way too chalky. This is not what I like in a chickpea. I mean, if you like a chalky chickpea, this is your chickpea, but this is not mine. This is the worst. Least amount of flavor, worst texture. This is going beyond the Publix. I need some water. That's a bad chickpea. It's not the flavor, it's the texture. Okay, let's go with the Trader Joe's. Man, Trader Joe's is a place. I don't know if you have a Trader Joe's near you, but I very rarely go because just getting into that place. I mean, the parking lot is just crazy. It is just nightmare shopping experience. Okay, skins floating around. It's always something to me. Oh, I didn't tell you. This one is 125 grams for 110 calories and 130 milligrams of sodium. So it's right in the middle. These are big gray looking chickpeas, kind of like the Goya. Skins are a little loose on them. So let's see, this ranks probably closer towards the bottom end of or right in the middle, actually, as far as sodium is concerned. Horrible texture and the worst taste. These actually taste like the can. By far the worst so far. Super chalky, not my can of chickpeas. Trader Joe's, you are the worst so far. Real bad. Whole Foods, $3.65, basic, non-organic. I read somewhere on a list that this is considered one of the best. It does funny because Goya has Chef's Best Awards, but I mean, who knows where they got that from? They could have just paid for that sticker, or they just made it up themselves. Okay, oh, didn't tell you, this one is 130 grams for 120 calories and 10 milligrams of sodium. Oh, I got the no salt added version. Well, that might change the rankings here. Let's see. Okay, so this is the least sodium at 10 milligrams of sodium. That is just crazy. Okay, so this is a good looking chickpea. I mean, it's like in between tan and gray, so like the skins are a little loose, but it's a normal size. They're not giant. Not giant, they're very normal size chickpea. Not a whole lot of flavor, kind of chalky. I don't love it. Yeah, it's definitely chalky. This one's gonna go below the Publix. I was really looking forward to that one, but definitely a chalky chickpea. So organic, $3.65. This one, 130 grams, 120 calories, and 90 milligrams of sodium. So still very low sodium. Still very, very low. Skins are floating around on the top. Ooh, big. These are big chickpeas and they look soft. They're like broken up. Wow. Skins are loose. You can see there's like a loose skin just hanging there. Like I automatically, there's skins floating on the top. Whole Foods. Let's see where this one ranks. I just don't love this one. I mean, they look soft, but they're not. They're pretty chalky. They're pretty firm. Like they got a bite. And I don't want like a mushy chickpea. That's not my goal. It's not mush. It's just not super chalky. Like not to where you need to you shouldn't eat a chickpea and immediately have to have a drink of water. Some of these I do. The flavor is not horrible on this one. I'm gonna rank it above the Publix. Bush's came out number one. That was unexpected. Let's try this number one chickpea real quick. Yeah, taste, texture, everything, boom. Eating that tastes good. I can eat these right out of the can. Not chalky, super good. Yeah. So here it is, the ranking. Bush's wins. So let's make some hummus out of the Bush's chickpea and the Trader Joe's chickpea and see if Monica can tell the difference between the two.
So both of these chickpea recipes are going to be exactly the same. We're going to just drain our chickpeas, rinse them. I'm going to toss them into a bowl and kind of agitate them around to pick off as many skins as possible. I'm going to pour them through a strainer, toss them into a food processor, along with a 1/3 cup of tahini, 2 tablespoons olive oil, 2 tablespoons fresh squeezed lemon juice, 1 giant clove of garlic, 2 big pinches of salt, and a couple of ice cubes. And then process until smooth. And now we have our Trader Joe's chickpea hummus and our Bush's chickpea hummus. Let's see what Monica has to say.
We got some hummus.
All
so
right.
I'm gonna move these just to the side here, but you could see this one's this one, this one's this one. You know where they rank. Monica doesn't know where they rank. But first, I just want to see if you can see based on the look. These are both made identically.
Yeah, that one looks smoother, creamier. I mean, this one still looks creamy, but this one looks a little bit more dense, maybe a little bit more chunkier.
Yeah. So let's give them a taste. Grab a pita. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's jump into this one first.
Good.
It's good. Super smooth.
Tastes like hummus.
Yeah, even though it doesn't look smooth, it's
Oh, it is smooth, yeah.
yeah, it's smooth and creamy. Yeah.
Smooth and creamy, pretty good. It's got a nice garlic taste to it.
Yeah.
It's just got kind of like a smooth, subtle flavor.
Okay. Let's jump into this one.
Okay.
I want to see if you could tell the difference.
Also creamy and smooth. Let's see. Yeah, definitely more airy. And there is a bit more flavor to this one. Like I can taste the chickpea flavor more.
That's crazy.
Like that's kind of, yeah, weird. Like this is just a little bit more plain. This one is not as plain.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just an element of not as much flavor in this one.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but this one,
Nope,
yeah, I can
that's-
taste everything. Like everything comes out. Garlic, lemon. This one, it doesn't bring the flavor out as much, I guess. It's very interesting. But both very creamy and smooth.
Yeah.
Good textures.
I think this one's smooth, like definitely more airy, smooth.
This one's more smoother.
But this one has a much better chickpea taste.
Yeah, this one brings it out.
Like a much better
This one brings the party.
hummus taste. Yeah. Same exact recipe, same measurements.
That's nice. I wonder why one would have less flavor.
Okay, hold on. This will be a fun test. They got a little out of order, but I just want Monica to taste the difference between these two chickpeas.
Okay.
This was like number 2 and this was number like 9. So you can taste the difference. You can absolutely taste the difference.
Oh yeah, this one has a lot more flavor.
Right?
This one just tastes like water.
It's almost chalky, right?
Yeah, chalky. There's no flavor.
Yeah.
It's night and day.
Night and
so
day.
Nuts. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then the Bush's, which is this one, was night and day between the Trader Joe's, which is this one.
Oh, that's nuts. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. The Trader Joe's was similar to this, but even less flavor and more chalky.
It's so nuts.
So when you go to make like hummus or something out of it,
Well, you're gonna do Bush's or Goya. Crazy.
I know, it's so wild.
Well, this has been interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Very eye-opening.
Yeah. And it's wild the difference it makes.
It's nuts.
We have some people coming.
A visitor.
Yeah. They're gonna have some hummus. So this is dinner.
Right.